Hello everybody. This is Tuesday, May the 4th, 2021. It is 12 degrees out Celsius at about 11:35 in the morning. And today we're going to do something a little different. You can see I've got my coffee and my donut. And I'm sitting in front of the Halifax Public Library downtown. And I'm just going to leave my camera running while I sit here, and we're going to turn it towards the street and just see what happens while we're sitting here. And I may talk to you from time to time. Okay? So we got to swing this camera around now so it's pointing the other way. And I'm just going to sit in here like this. Whoops. Sorry. I think I had it the right way as it was. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got it pretty much set up. All right. That'll do. I can show you the library in the background there. There's the library. And I'm sitting here with my coffee and my donut, getting ready to have some Tim Hortons coffee. And let's just leave this thing going here now. Point it towards the street and see what happens. You never know. There's a construction site next door there. Sometimes they set off dynamite. They did a while ago, but I didn't have it running then. So we'll just see what happens here. And in front of the library, they're taking people in for COVID testing. So that's what the blue tent is set up there for. So for COVID tests. And on that note, I think I can take my mask off now because nobody will probably come near me with my camera running. More than likely, everybody's trying to get on camera, so they probably won't come around too much. So there we are. It's a beautiful morning here. Sun's shining. There was some clouds, but the sun is out pretty good right now, and it looks like blue sky now is taking over. I'll just point it up there at the sky, and you can see there's the blue sky, and there's the clouds that way. So they just passed over, and now it's nothing but blue sky, what it looks like. So we're going to have a great afternoon. I've got my microphone on my lapel, so I got to remember not to talk too loud. I don't have to holler into the phone. I'm very close to my microphone, so try to keep my noise down. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today, and I know I am. I do most days. So I won't be talking steady because I'm going to have my donut and my coffee here. I might interject a word or two here and there, but I'm just going to leave my camera going, and we'll watch the sights and sounds of Spring Garden Road, just in front of the library. Okay, pointing up Spring Garden Road in front of the library. Okay. The pigeons are starting to circle. They think they're going to get some food. I'll turn it around. See them down there? There they are, right there. They're circling on me. They think I'm going to give them some food, but if you feed one, you're going to get 100. So I don't want 100 pigeons around here. And they got a seagull over here. He's waiting for his share. So, yeah, that's the thing about downtown in Halifax. I went to the park over at Victoria Park, and I was going to sit there earlier this morning. I had a donut then too. And the minute I sat down, there was about 25 pigeons circled me, and they were coming across the grass like there was an army of them heading over to where I was sitting. So I could no longer sit there and have my donut. And if I was to throw them down one piece, there would be like 100 of them there in about a minute. So I'm not going to feed them. I'm not going to feed the pigeons because there's just too many of them. Some people do that. Some people bring bags of bread and stuff and throw it down. They got 500 pigeons around them, but that's not my idea of having fun. Having all those pigeons around me looking for something. So they're out of luck today. The seagull's not giving up so quick. He's going to sit right there. The pigeons are gone, but the seagull's going to stay. All right, let's see. Which way do you want to look? You want to look down the road for a while? Okay, we'll point it down that way. We'll point it towards the courthouse and see who's going to court today. Or maybe not. Okay. Let's point it over there towards the old library. That area. All right? That way we'll see everything coming up the street. And I never did this before. It's my first time. If my voice is muffled, I got a donut. I'm chewing on a donut. So, but I thought this might be something that might be fun to do, just sit in one spot instead of walking around and the scenery changes while you're walking. I can just sit here and let the scenery change and don't go anywhere. I just sit here and drink my coffee and leave my camera going. You never know what might happen. So I'm going to leave it going, and if anybody does anything funny, that will be great. If not, we still had a good time here today. All right. Well, there we go. I'm going to leave it right there. A little bit down. There we go. Right about there. I love these little tripods. You can set your phone right down. And very handy. Very convenient. I started putting mine in whenever I set up my phone, because if I want to set it down briefly for something, like if you got it in your hand, right, and you got to fasten up your jacket. It's hard to fasten your jacket up with your phone in your hand and not mess it all up. If you got a tripod, you can just set it down on something and fasten your coat up and pick it back up again, and it doesn't disturb anything. So I kind of like those little tripods that come with the gimbal. I hope nobody gets mad because my camera is pointing towards the street, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll tell them I'm doing a broadcast for the library if anybody asks me. Tell them they're paying me $100 to spend a half an hour out here. You think they believe me? I doubt it. Well, okay. I'm just going to sit here and see what goes by. That's a good idea. Look, my seagull is still here. I'll show you. He's right there. He hasn't left since I had my donut. I don't have any donut left now. I don't know if he wants coffee or not. Maybe he's a coffee drinking seagull. I don't know. He's pretty big. Maybe I'll take him home for supper. And that's not to give him supper. That's to make him my supper. I don't know. Are seagulls good to eat? I don't think so. Anyways, I like being silly sometimes, in case you haven't noticed that. But that's my nature. I like to have fun with things, joke around. So don't take me serious. I don't think I want to eat a seagull, but if I was starving to death and I was marooned on an island, I wouldn't bet they'd be safe. But other than that, anything short of being marooned on a desert island, I'm not going to eat a seagull. Oh, there we are. You probably can hear lots of background noise sometimes here because I can hear the construction site, which is over there. That's where the construction site is. You know, the building area where they tore down the stuff right next to the library, and it's well under construction here now. They're blasting and digging the hole deeper, and probably won't be long. They'll have a crane set up there, and that'll be well underway. Whatever it is, it'll look nice. It'll be a nice addition to the landscape here on Spring Garden Road. I love seeing these new buildings going up. It's wonderful. See a nice change, and things look really good where there used to be old buildings. So I don't know how long I'm going to sit here doing this, but a while. We can sit here a while. I took some still pictures of Halifax this morning. I'm trying to fix up my presentation on my videos. I've been at this now for 8 months, and I'm learning a few things over that time. And if you notice my last video, I put a good flashy intro to it there. My Halifax Walker comes up there, and there's some stars flashing or circles or something there, and made that look a little better. And there's a bar across the top. You can put still pictures in there, and it shows them each time you look at a video. So I took some still pictures today for that, and there's a few other things yet where my son is helping me out because he's got the software on his computer for editing and for doing all kinds of stuff. And he's got 2 or 3 different programs. He got Pro Tools on there and different things, some graphic ones, stuff. So with his help, we might be able to make a little better videos. I'm hoping I can just dress it up a little bit, make it a little fancier. So I think I got some good still pictures today. Now we just got to see what happens here today. So far, not much has happened here in front of the library. The backhoe's digging a hole next door, and the buses are going by, and there's a few people walking up and down. That's about it so far. But you never know, right? Just sit here with it on, and I'll chat with you folks, and it doesn't matter if I'm walking or sitting. So you can make yourself a coffee, or if you're downtown walking around, go to Tim's and get yourself a coffee, and we'll pretend we're having coffee together and talking. That sound like a good idea? Okay. That way, if you get tired of my company, you can leave any time, and I'll never know the difference. Okay? But I would never do that to you folks, because I love your company. So let's just talk and have our coffee, and it sounds like a fun afternoon. I'm not going to sit here all afternoon, but I might spend half an hour, 45 minutes, depends. I think when I get done my coffee, I will be done my video. So I haven't had a sip out of it yet, so I'm getting my first sip now. So when I finish my coffee, we'll end the video. That sound like a good deal? Okay. I don't know if you guys watch hockey or who your favorite team is, but I gotta turn the camera around just to let you know who I'm rooting for. I'm hoping this is our year for the cup. Is that your favorite team? Is it? Because it's ours, our whole family. We love the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that's what I wear my sweater for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Good, bring them good luck. Maybe, just you never know. I don't imagine we'll win the cup, but somebody got to win it, so you never know. Maybe this is our year. So anyway, we're big Leaf fans at our place, and so who's your favorite team? Anybody make a comment that's watching this video? Let me know what team you're rooting for. I know I got a friend out in Vancouver I talked to a lot, Roger, and he's probably a Canuck fan, more than likely. And some people are Boston fans. Some people are New York fans. Whoever you cheer for, that's good. I won't hold it against you if you're a Montreal fan, because I love the rivalry here in Halifax. Halifax got this thing about Montreal and Toronto. Not so much the other teams, but like it's kind of split right down the middle, I think. It's about 50-50 who's rooting for Montreal and who's rooting for Toronto Maple Leafs. So I gotta confess, when I was growing up, I was a Hab fan. When I was growing up, I had an uncle who is French, and so he always watched Montreal Canadiens, and I spent a lot of time with him, and we watched hockey games in French. I don't speak French, but it's all right because you still get the idea of it. Even if you watch a game in French, it's okay. So that's what we used to do. We used to watch, and I was rooting for Montreal Canadiens back then. And then we moved to Toronto, and I said, I can't live in Toronto and be a Montreal Canadian fan. I got to switch. So I switched over to Toronto Maple Leafs because we were living up there. Then we got to know all the players and like the goalies and then the star goal scorers and all that stuff. So we went out. My wife has Austin Matthews jersey, and I have Anderson's jersey, which we haven't worn much. And I hope they don't get rid of Anderson, because then my jersey will be pointless. So I gotta hope they keep him another couple of years anyway, so I can wear my jersey a little bit in the playoffs. That's about the only time of the year I wear my jersey, playoffs, so it's never going to get used much. Anyways, yeah, we're diehard Toronto Maple Leaf fans now, and we got our license plate on the front of our cars, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Once in a while, we're at Tim Hortons, and some guy will pull right in beside us with a Montreal Canadian license plate. That's hilarious. So. But the rivalry is all in fun. I find everybody's good-natured about it. We tease and we joke about it, but it's all in fun. We love Montreal as well as anybody else. So we're rooting for Toronto, but we don't get too mad if Montreal wins. I still like Montreal. I gotta give them credit. They're playing good, and Carey Price is still doing a good job, and he's been there a long time, and he's still a good goalie. So Montreal's got a shot, I think. I don't know if they can win the cup, but who knows? Somebody's got to win it. So I'll root for Toronto, but if Toronto can't get it, then let's let Montreal have it. How's that? That sound like a good deal? Okay. Or vice versa. If Montreal can't win it, then let's hope Toronto can win it. We'll keep it in Canada at least. Sorry, Roger, I didn't root for Vancouver Canucks, but that's too far away. I can't be a Vancouver Canuck fan and live in Nova Scotia. That's too far away. So I hope you understand. I like giving a little shout out to my my faithful viewers, the ones that talk to me all the time, because it makes things a little more interesting when they watch one of my videos and I'm saying something to them. So I got a few friends in Ontario too. My friend Ron and Keith and Jeannie, they all played music with me. We had a little thing going up there, and they played music with us. So Keith's a bass player, and Ron is a drummer, and Jeannie's a guitar player, and they all sing. So we used to jam in the garage up there, in Jeannie's garage. So Jeannie, if you happen to watch this video, hello to you. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I never forget the fun times we had in Ontario, coming down to your garage and jamming. It was wonderful. I'll never forget them. I'm so glad we did that. That was a wonderful experience. I'd say we went to her place for about, I'm not sure, maybe 5 years, maybe, quite a while, probably at least 5 years. We went there on Saturday night, almost every Saturday night, and then we started playing out in a few places, and we got some gigs, and Ron was there every time too, playing drums, and Keith was there playing bass. Well, we had a few bass players, and we had a few other drummers too, but Ron was the main drummer, and Keith was there at least half the time, and as well as some other bass players that happened to show up. And my friend Doug Evans, he's a great guitar player. I love playing with him. We had a wonderful time there. And Doug and his wife Marion. If you happen to watch this video, I say hello to you guys, because I haven't heard from you for a while, and we miss everybody up there. All our friends that played music with us, and the people we got to know. We were in Ontario for 15 years, and over that time we got to know a lot of people, and especially through music and places we played. Dorian Baxter, if you happen to see this video, hello to you. Dorian is a Anglican priest, and he also an Elvis imitator, who we got to know and love dearly. He's a wonderful friend, and also Father Eric, which is a Catholic bishop now. We were at his ceremony when he got moved from priest to bishop. It was a moving ceremony, I must say. It really was. And I'm not Catholic and I'm not Anglican, but it's okay. We socialize with those friends, and I've been to I've done things with Father Eric. He does a lot of things to help people out, like homeless people and people in a group home and stuff like that. And so we've been up there with him a few times, and Father Eric is a harmonica player. He's a mean blues player. So if you like blues, the first time, I got to tell you a little story. The first time I met him, okay, I didn't know him before. I'd never seen him before. We were playing at a coffee time in Newmarket. I know it sounds funny playing at a coffee time donut shop, but we did. We played there on Saturday night sometimes. And I was playing a song and singing. I'd never seen Father Eric before, and we never had a harmonica player in our band. So I'm singing away and playing, and I can hear this blues harp playing behind me. And I'm thinking, wow, that's nice, who's playing that? So I couldn't turn around right at the time, but I was thinking, wow, that's good. So when we got all done, then I turned around and I met him. That was how I met Father Eric. Was the first time he surprised me was playing blues harp behind me. And all their friends up there, I really miss you all. And just taking this opportunity to say that, if you're watching this video, I hope you enjoy the shout out, and Well, enough about that. I think I've covered everybody in Ontario that I wanted to say hi to. I have children up there as well. I don't know if they're following my videos or not. I'm not sure. But I have a son, a stepson, and 2 daughters up in Ontario. And one day we'll take, when this virus is all over, we'll take a trip back up there and look everybody up. Well, I got 2 daughters up there that's talking about weddings, but because of the COVID and everything, it's all on hold. So they're both talking about getting married. So whenever those weddings take place, we'll be going back up for that. We don't want to miss a celebration like that. They just got to give us lots of warnings, so we got money saved up to go and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm just looking at my clock on my phone, and I've been chatting away for 26 minutes, and I just looking in my coffee, it's about half gone. And I said I'd stay with you till my coffee's gone. So, well, it looks like we're going to do pretty good here. There's not much too exciting going on here, but I'll turn it around and show you how the COVID testing booth is going there. That they don't do the testing right here, but that's the little tent, and you go there, fill out your form and stuff, and then they call you. They bring you into the library when they're ready for you. So right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 lined up, and maybe one at the table. And then they wait until they're called, and then they go in and do their COVID test. My wife said 3 of them because of her work, and she's negative. She doesn't have any COVID, but she did the test anyway because she never even, they got a policy where she works, if anybody comes in with a fever, they have to go get a test before they come back. But she never came to work with a fever. She just happened to come to work where a couple of people got sick that were working there. They came in on a Monday, and they never came back. They were sick with COVID. So they panicked and figured the whole place could be a ticking time bomb here. So everybody in the whole place had to go out and get tested, and pretty well I think they're all back. All the ones that got tested so far is back. Nobody's got it. So it looks like it was contained to those 2 people that picked it up somewhere else. That's why we got to be so careful out around, because this virus is it's more transmissible now than it was before. When we got over the first wave, I walked around without my mask on. I kept it in my back pocket. I pulled it out when I went in somewhere and then took it right back off again. That and you could talk to people on the street. I met up with people and talked to them, and you didn't worry about it. It wasn't that easy to catch outdoors. You had to be in a confined space, and it was really hard to catch unless you were in a group. Like, you couldn't go in a stadium full of 20,000 people and expect not to catch something, but normal conditions it was hard to catch. And they're saying still, as long as you're outdoors and you're not in a big crowd of people, it's still pretty hard to catch. It is more transmissible, but mostly to people who's inside, and there's someone in there who has it. So that's what the news is saying, that it's not that transmissible out in the air where there's fresh air and air moving around. It's more inside. So you don't have to panic when you're out here, but you do need to wear your mask and don't mix with people you don't know. Because I'm out on the street all the time doing videos and stuff, I got to know, I don't know them by name, but I got to know a lot of the street people that's walking around here. I stop and chat with them sometimes, and if I got any spare money, I give them a little bit off and on, some change and stuff, and try to help them a little bit. But now, I don't really stop and talk much now because of the COVID. I keep my mask on and I say hello and how you doing, and that's about it. And I keep on walking because I'm trying to stay. I'm going to be a solitary man, as that song goes, and until this COVID's over, or until it loosens up and things are better again and some of the restrictions are off. But right now, I'm a solitary man because I don't want to catch it nor contribute to spreading it. So I'm just going to stick to myself pretty well. And I am doing a lot of guitar playing these days. Oh, I'm getting better. My fingers are getting loosened up pretty good now again because I've been practicing my songs and trying to get a little fancier on it until my picking's getting a little better. And so that's one good thing coming out of this COVID. When I am home, I play my guitar a lot. I take it out in the morning and I just leave it in the case with the cover up all day. And anytime I haven't got anything to do, I go back in the bedroom, get my guitar out and play it. So it's starting to pay off, and my fingers are getting really loose and coming up with some new licks and stuff. That's how I'm tackling it to get to play better guitar. I'm practicing new licks. I figure if I can, once I play it enough, I own it then. I got a lick, another good lick, and I'll find a way to incorporate it into songs, and that's what you do. You get a whole bag of licks you can use to put into songs and pick them out as you need them. You can play them all. So you have to keep drilling at it though. You gotta come up with something new. Like me, I gotta play it like 500 times, and then I pretty much own it then. So, well, I hope you don't mind me rambling on like this. It's been 32 minutes. I know I would say that's not hard for me to talk 32 minutes, and everybody knows me, knows I can talk a lot longer than that without running out of something to say. So don't worry, we're not going to have any boring moments here today. We're going to have a good talk, good conversation, and I'm going to give you a shot around here again now and show you what's going on around here. The COVID testing is picking up. We got a few people over there today coming in for COVID tests, and let's see what's across the road here. Right across the road is a Lululemon store, and last time when the lockdown was on, there was a lineup in front of that store about a block long because they're only allowed a couple of customers in at a time, but I haven't seen that this year yet. Haven't seen the big lineups in front of the Lululemon like they had last year, but maybe it's going to be on the weekend. Maybe they're working today. People's working and got no time to shop today on Tuesday. They have a nice feature in Halifax on Tuesday. I've never seen it in any other city. That's if you're a senior, which I am. If you're a senior, you can ride the transit free on Tuesday. I think it starts around 9:30 in the morning and you're good till about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It don't cost you a penny to ride the transit. I'm trying not to ride the bus because that's a confined space, and so, but I don't need to take the bus to get over here. I can walk. I like walking anyway, so I walk about a half an hour, 40 minutes from home to the ferry station, and then I get on the ferry and come across, and then I walk around Halifax. So I don't really need to get on the bus, but that same transit, the ferry and the buses, if you buy a bus ticket, that same ticket will get you on the ferry, or you can just take the ferry. It's all the same thing. But on Tuesday, it's free if you're a senior. So if anybody's a senior here and don't know that, and then you start telling them you're a senior and you don't have to pay on Tuesday. But I think you got to be after 9:30 in the morning before it's free. Okay? Well, let's see. I'll try to point it up the street a little more. I got a guy next to me. I think he's making a video too. he's, he's got a phone pointing at him, and it sounds like he's making a video as well. Well, that's all right. There's a few people here in Halifax making videos. And yeah, there's a few here making videos, and I've never actually met anybody yet out making a video. I know who some of them are, but I've never met any of them yet. Sometimes you run into people doing it too, but I haven't yet. And so one of these days I will. One of these days I'll be sitting around and I'll see one of the people coming along with their gimbal, and I'll holler to them if I recognize them from their videos. But so far that hasn't happened. I guess you know by now this is where you catch the bus. They're going just about any bus that comes down the street is stopping right here in front of the library. This is one of the main places to stop because a lot of people want to go to the library, or they come out and they want to get on the bus. And so it's a very busy spot. So I'm kind of enjoying this. Like, I like walking, but this is kind of different to just sit in one spot and make a video. You can watch everything going by. I'm going to try to get different angles here if I can. All right? So I'm going to point it towards the library for a bit so you can see something different instead of just the street. There we go. I was pointing it over towards the door now where the COVID testing is going on. They're pretty fast there because they had a big line up here and they're all gone. So they're pretty efficient. And I got to tell you, my wife had 3 of them, and not all people do it good. She had one that was rough and one that was pretty good, and the last one was really good. She said it was so slick she couldn't even hardly feel anything. But one of them was rough. And so there's all, you got all walks of people doing those COVID. And some people are gentle with things, some are rough with things. Like my dentist. My dentist was rough. And I've been a dentist before, and they were so good. I barely felt them freezing my gums. And this dentist that I had, he was rough. He was, I think he used the biggest needle he had, and he plunged it right down fast. And when I freezing came out of my mouth, I had these bumps in my gums where the needle was, and it takes like a couple of months to get those bumps down. So he was like really rough. But I'm not going back to him anymore. That's it. I've had it with that place. When I have to do any more dental work, I'm going to another dentist. I'm not going to mention his name because that wouldn't serve any purpose, because my wife said he wasn't that way with her at all, so I don't know why he felt the need to be so rough on me. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not going to give him any bad publicity. So if you're my dentist, if you're watching this video, I'm not going to give you any bad publicity, but you were very rough on me. So I'm finding a new dentist. Hope you don't mind. If you do mind, then I still don't care. I'm still getting a new dentist. But to my friends that knew me up in Ontario, I was busy working all the time, and I didn't have a dental plan like I do now. So I was in need of going to the dentist for a while and getting some teeth out. So anybody that knew me in Ontario, I told a couple of the guys that I've had all my top teeth out. I'm just waiting for I seen the denturist, and I've taken the impression, and I'm going back this week to see him, and then I think I got another 2 or 3 weeks to wait for my new teeth. So I'm almost there. I have a brand new set of teeth in the top. I'm just waiting for that. I'll be very happy that finally is done. And There was one guy that was doing an interview on him, he was quite old. He was up around 80-some years old. Some famous person. I can't remember who it was, and they were interviewing him, and they asked him. They said, "So, what do you, looking back on your life now, would you change anything if you could?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "If I knew I was going to live this long, I would have took better care of myself." So I guess that's the way I am. I'd have taken better care of myself. I'm not as old as that. I'm still a young pup compared to some of those people, but I am retired. My youth, I didn't take very good care of myself in my youth, but then later in life I realized the importance of that, and giving up all the bad habits and trying to be healthy. So that's where I'm at now. I'm into trying to be healthy and get a good night's sleep if I can every night. Not always works, but most nights I can get a pretty decent sleep. And you know, when you get a little bit older, you don't need as much sleep. I think about 6 hours is about all you need. After you're about 60, 65, you don't need as much sleep as you did when you're in your 20s and 30s. When you're like 20, you need about 8 hours sleep. Your body can't function on not enough sleep, but you get older, it's much easier. Well, here I am now at 41 minutes. I'm checking on my coffee. Don't get discouraged. I still got a half a cup, but it's cooled down a lot now. I think I can guzzle it down pretty quickly. We're going to try to get this wrapped up maybe around 45 minutes. So I got another 3 minutes. It just hit 42. So 3 more minutes and we'll try to be done. I'm going to try to have my coffee exactly on 45 minutes, and I'll show you the empty cup that I finished my coffee, okay? Because that was my deal. I'm going to talk and drink my coffee, and we'll spend this time here until my coffee's gone. So I got to have a big drink now, so no talking. Well, the guy that was doing some videoing there behind me, he's gone now. He must be off to another direction. I've never done this, but this has been fun. This is really, I like to try new stuff that I haven't done before, just to see how it is. And this has been a blast. This has been fun. I feel like a radio announcer sitting in one spot talking into a microphone. But this has been fun. I got 2 more minutes to go, and then I'll have my 45 minutes in, and I'll have my coffee gone. Let me check it. I got about 1/5 of it left, so I think we're right on target. At 1:45, I'll be drinking my last drop of coffee and signing off. That sound like a good deal? All right, hang in there. Hang in with me. We only got another 1.5 minutes to go. All right, I'm down now. I got 1 drink left. It's about 1/2 inch in the bottom of the cup. So when that hits, it just hit 44. We're winding down now. We're on the seconds till I'm signing off. I'm going to start signing off at 44:45. Then I'll have 15 seconds to sign off. Finish the last of my coffee, okay? Oop. And I drank it too fast and I spilled it all over my neck and sweater. That wasn't really good because I got coffee stains on my shirt now. It will wash out, but kind of made a bit of a mess of me here. All right. I know what happened. The cover's coming off and it's leaking around the cover. Okay, here we go. If you enjoyed this video today, push that like button. Let me know we had a good time here today. And if you're not a subscriber yet, push that subscribe, and then you'll get all my videos. And anyway, on that note, it's really nice here in Halifax today. I wish you were all here, and stay safe. One day we'll get through this virus and everything will be good again. For now, take care. Bye.